The Chicago Sky are one of the worst basketball teams I've ever seen. And today, their coach literally just waved the white flag. He quit. He literally just said, Phoenix Mercury, destroy us even more than you're destroying us right now. He basically benched all of his starters not long into the third quarter, just gave up.
They didn't just fall, they crumbled on national television under lights too bright for a truth too dark to ignore. This wasn't just a stumble, it wasn't even a fall. This was the slow motion implosion of a team that entered the 2025 WNBA season as a brand new experiment in hype, sold to the public not as a contender, but as a movement.
Chicago Sky is more like Chicago, why are you on TV? Like, they're an embarrassment, bro. There's a reason why the Indiana Fever are on TV all the time, because they actually have a good product, when they have a good game, even a bad game, they're still actually fun to watch. This is horrible. Chicago Sky is an embarrassment, bro. The WNBA definitely screwed up having this game as a national televised game. They screwed up bad.
The new era, they called it. Angel Reese, Kamilla Cardoso, a rookie tandem with social media crowns and college clout. A team marketed like a sneaker drop, hyped like a Netflix documentary. The Chicago Sky weren't supposed to win right away. They were supposed to trend, and they did. Oh, how they trended. Until the likes, the clips, and the tweets stopped translating into wins. Until the stats started screaming louder than the press conferences. Until fans realized the highlight reels were illusions, stitched together with optimism and denial. And then came the crash, the 3-9 start, and every number, every possession, every broken play became a spotlight, not on a work in progress, but on a franchise spiraling into dysfunction. It wasn't just a slow beginning, it was a free fall into irrelevance, masked only by trending hashtags and hollow awards. The fall wasn't sudden, it was designed, and the blueprint, it's smeared all over the court.
I don't know what's wrong with them, but like, they could lose this game by 40. Like, I don't know. I don't know what is wrong with this team. Because today it wasn't even... I don't even think that this was an effort thing. Like, I don't even think this was an effort problem. But at the end of the day...
And Chicago Sky fans, hell, they're ready to run Tyler Marsh's ass out. I mean, the way he's playing Angel Reese, I'm going to be real with you. I mean, the one thing she could do was rebound the ball, and he has taken that away. He has taken that away. So much for coming off a triple-double.
June 20th, the night optimism died. The night Phoenix Mercury didn't just win. They held up a mirror to Chicago's soul and made them watch. This was the night Chicago Sky fans learned the truth. They weren't watching a rebuild. They were witnessing a slow collapse camouflaged as progress. From tip-off, the game was off balance. Chicago entered limping, not just from 5 losses in 6 games.
We got a couple players that are banged up, so we want to be mindful of minutes. I think that when the game got out of hand there midway through the third, for us there was more preservation at that point, and players were almost at their limit anyway, being on a back-to-back, and so we wanted to be mindful of that. And if the game wasn't as out of hand, then maybe it would have looked different, but we got to be healthy and ready to go into Atlanta tomorrow. We got 3 games in 4 days with LA on that following Tuesday, so we got to be mindful of having healthy bodies so that we can give as good of an effort as we can going into tomorrow's game.
I am here to tell you guys, man, when it comes to the Chicago Sky, no one could have predicted that this team was going to be this bad. I mean, they are horrible, bro. I mean, my goodness. If you guys haven't heard by now, the Chicago Sky has lost another damn basketball game, this time to the hands of the Phoenix Mercury. The Phoenix Mercury put BTA all over the Chicago Sky. And I'm here to tell you, Tyler Marsh is getting the focal point of the blame, bro. But to me, you have to blame the players of this damn basketball team, starting with the leader of the team. I just gotta be honest. That is Princess Barbie Angel Reese. Man, she's been trash. Just horrendous. I just gotta be honest.
But from the weight of their own contradictions, they were leading the league in turnovers, 18.9 per game. That's not just bad, that's historical. That's so catastrophic, it makes the 1999 Washington Mystics look like peak Spurs in comparison.
Angel Reese got completely exposed today, man. Y'all see how she only took one shot today versus the Mercury and only had 2 rebounds? This goes to show she can't get all those rebounds without taking hella shots, getting her own misses, man. You've been completely exposed today, bricklaying sloth. Completely. When you ain't taking all these shots and missing all these goddamn layups and shit, you can't get your rebounds. So your rebounds go down because no missed shots, no rebounds, man.
And still, fans came in with hope. Hope that maybe, just maybe, this would be the night they'd turn it around. But the Mercury came like surgeons, scalpel in hand. The first quarter ended 31-18. 8 turnovers in 12 minutes. 13 Phoenix points gifted like charity baskets. No resistance, no rhythm, no leadership. Just scattered bodies running a broken system. A system built on Instagram posts and hype videos, not on plays or principles. It wasn't a basketball game. It was exposure therapy. If the first half was a warning, the third quarter was an obituary.
Obviously, this is my third one. Obviously, it really meant something to other people today because it's me. And I just focus on basketball. I come into work every day and work. I don't complain. I don't care about anything else. I have bad days. I haven't been playing well at all. And I can sit here and just mope around and point the finger, but it's been me. And I take accountability. I come in every day and try to be better than the next and better than the last. And I know my teammates trust me. I know they have my back. Ariel has my back through everything. And I just love that being a part of a team that I know really trusts me and trusts my work. And everything else is everything else. I'm just here just to come to work every day and go home. That's all I want to do. Is just come to work and being able to enjoy my job that I love. People would die and kill to have this job. And being able to play with the best players in the world means a lot to me. I put my all in this.
So I had to spin the block. Tyler Marsh, it's time to go. You still have no game plan for the Chicago Sky. And it seems like the games where you're only running offense through Kamilla and you don't have offense at least through somebody else is no plan for that. They're getting blown out extremely bad. I don't understand it.
Phoenix opened with an 11-3 run that tore whatever remained of Chicago's dignity. The lead swelled to 25. Sammy Whitcomb turned into an executioner in sneakers. 5 threes in the second quarter alone. By the time the third began, she wasn't playing a game. She was painting a mural of destruction. And Chicago? They were the canvas. Phoenix shot 56.5% from the field, 57.1% from deep. Those aren't just hot numbers. They're absurd, soul-crushing statistics that don't belong in real basketball. Coach Tyler Marsh stood on the sideline like a man watching his dream burn down, holding the lighter. And then came the move. A moment that didn't feel strategic. It felt like surrender. Marsh looked at his bench like a soldier staring at a white flag.
Tyler Marsh, he has to figure out how to get experience in understanding basketball. As far as the instincts of it, the right adjustments, and the flow of the game. He doesn't have a lot of experience in that aspect. And he struggles with that. And I think that's a huge problem with him. He struggles with that aspect of understanding the game, when to call timeouts, how to manage his players on the court and off the court, putting him in position to win.
And he raised it. Angel Reese benched. Kamilla Cardoso benched. Hope benched. Not for fouls, not for rest. But because the coach had nothing left to say. He didn't out-coach. He out-quitted himself. The crowd didn't boo, they didn't even flinch. They just stared. Because when a coach gives up, the city mourns. Not the loss, the betrayal. The final score read 107-86, but it wasn't just a scoreboard. It was an autopsy. Phoenix hit 17 threes. Chicago gave away 21 more turnovers. But what came after was somehow worse. Angel Reese stepped up to the mic like a politician after a scandal. Calm, smiling, measured. She talked about taking things personal, but her stats screamed louder. 31.3% shooting, just 2 rebounds, 2. Her whole brand is rebounding, but even that had vanished, like a myth exposed to reality. And then came the moment that turned mockery into madness. Reese referenced her BET Sportswoman of the Year award as proof of her work ethic.
Tyler Marsh, okay, this might sound harsh, but I believe at this point he needs to be fired, along with many other players for our Chicago Sky. It's not just Tyler Marsh. It's not just a coaching issue. It's also a player issue. Rebecca Allen is like, just pretty much pointless. Haley Van Lith, pointless. We all know Kia Nurse has no business. Kia Nurse, along with Rachel Bannum, have no business being on our Chicago.
Hey, Kamilla Cardoso was killing it in this game. 7 of 9 from the field, 77.8%. That's how a big is supposed to shoot. All right. Angel only shot the ball once. She did have 6 free throws, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 9 points. Kamilla had 17. And I got to tell you, some of these players can't hit water if they fell out of a boat. It was ugly.
The truth is that this roster, unfortunately, was not built for success. With Courtney Vandersloot going down with the ACL injury, I just don't know how the Sky are going to weather this. See, teams have the Chicago Sky figured out. They figured out that they can go crazy from behind the arc because the Chicago Sky's perimeter defense is just not there. It's not effective. I was on the floor. I saw them fighting to get around these screens. They just can't get there.
Proof. This is the same player who went 0 for 8 against the Liberty. No field goals, no fight, but when questioned, she said she was expanding her range. Layups missed, confidence misplaced, and she's talking about mid-range jumpers. It's not basketball anymore. It's a one-woman TED Talk on delusion. Her quotes have become postmodern art, beautiful, optimistic, and completely divorced from the truth. Fans watched her speak and realized they weren't being coached. They were being gaslit. And Tyler Marsh was supposed to be the man with the plan, championship pedigree, a ring bearer, the architect of the next great WNBA dynasty. What he became was a man hiding behind media phrases. We're managing minutes. We're preserving energy. We're developing talent. But behind the buzzwords was a man who had lost the locker room and himself. He wasn't coaching, he was surviving. Marsh benched stars not to teach, but to protect his resume. He smiled through pressers but blinked during games. He paced the sidelines but never led. Fans watched and waited for fire, for fury, for strategy. Instead, they got silence. And silence in the face of collapse isn't strategy, it's surrender. Tyler Marsh didn't just lose games, he lost the team, and worse, they know it. In the middle of the chaos, one player played like a professional, Kamilla Cardoso, 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Clean, efficient, precise, but her brilliance was buried under the noise. Nobody noticed. The camera never lingered. The cheers never rose. Even when she made perfect plays, the bench looked numb. Her glances told the whole story. Long, tired stares at her coach, like a soldier asking, "Why are we still here?"
You guys spent the week working on handling pressure, and then this game was tough. I guess, how did you feel about it?
Yeah, I think sometimes handling pressure is mental as much as it is physical, and we didn't do it consistently enough tonight. Another 20-plus point or 20-plus turnover game, which is tough to win when you add that with giving up 2 30-point quarters. To a team as good as Phoenix, it makes it tough.
Her silence was louder than any stat. In another franchise, she's a building block. In Chicago, she's invisible collateral, a shining light locked in a collapsing cave. She didn't beg for touches, she just delivered. But it didn't matter, because in a team that doesn't know who it is, even brilliance goes unrewarded. And Kamilla, she knows it. Forget the media quotes. Forget the optimism. The numbers tell the story, and they are brutal. A nulla Nagy start. The worst point differential in WNBA history through 2 games. Just 52 points scored against Indiana, their lowest in over a decade. Dead last in defensive rating. Opponents shoot 45.1% from 3. That's not just poor defense, it's no defense. It's pickup game energy. It's open gym disguised as elite competition, and it's happening every night, game after game, blowout after blowout. The trends don't lie. The Chicago Sky are not underperforming, they're disintegrating. Their system isn't flawed, it's non-existent, and that makes the numbers not a mystery, but a warning. Here's what hurts the most. This collapse didn't blindside them. It wasn't injury-driven or schedule-based. It was engineered. They built around buzz, not basketball. They chased influence, not IQ. Their vision board didn't have a championship. It had endorsement deals. What they sold the fans was not progress. It was theater, a spectacle, a show about what could be, played on a loop while the fundamentals rotted beneath. And now, when the results arrive, turnovers, losses, disconnection, they act shocked. But this wasn't an accident. It was a choice, a bad one. And now they're watching it unravel on HD cameras night after night with no off switch. This team will be remembered, but not for greatness. For the look in Cardoso's eyes when she knew no one was coming to help. For the way Coach Marsh sat down like he was sitting out, not coaching in. For Reese's optimism echoing through an empty gym like a stand-up routine gone wrong. For 17 threes slicing through the arena like scalpels across a heartbeat. For every possession that ended in silence, not strategy. For a season marketed like a revolution, but delivered like a eulogy. This was supposed to be a rebirth, a rise, a storm. Instead, it was a funeral, broadcast in real time, no music, no applause. Just the sound of potential dying, one turnover at a time.